Hello trader and welcome. Today we have a great strategy for binary trading on pocket option. Watch this video till the end so we can take part of my profit and share this video with your friends so you can increase your chances. Let's get started. So we are on a broker. I have already analyzed and selected all the currency pairs as usual, guys. We're trading on a 1 minute time frame as usual, guys, and we have today $300, and we're using Bollinger Bands. According to the settings, there's a fractal with a period of 3, respectively a Bollinger Band with a period of 13 deviation of 2, and 2 RSI oscillators. The first one I will have with a period of 7. And the second one I will have with a period of 10. So that's the strategy for today. For this nature of the movement, I selected exactly these settings for these indicators. Today my main task will be to search for local maximum and minimum. Also careful assessment and analysis of the movement inside the Bollinger Bands. And of course I will also watch the overbought and oversold areas on my oscillators. So I also left them as default, 70 and 30. Overall, simple strategy. I trade it often. I think there should be no questions. I will open on 1 minute and we will start with the half of my balance, namely $150. So let's get started. I will select the first currency pair for our session. Okay, so in this concept pair there's a global minimum forming, so I will open position in the opposite direction and count on a rollback of the dynamics. Also here I touch the lower Bollinger Band, and after this touch you need to use either a breakout strategy to continue the trend or to a pullback dynamic. In my case, I choose just the pullback dynamic. I think that the local minimum, the moving line of the oscillator, is in the oversold area, so I also think that there will be an upward movement. So let's look at the results. Why not? Small impulse of a movement already went upstairs. Now very slow traffic dynamics. And we're in the profit. That's great, guys. We're in the profit. So yeah, dynamic of the movement are not so strong. Most likely there may be a continuation of the downward trend, but in general I hit the correct opening level and the entry logic was correct. So I closed the trade with a plus. Let's continue and select the next currency pair. Right. Let's open long position here. Why not? A slightly unsuccessful opening level, I could say. I opened the trade right at the very end of the last candle, but when I opened, right during its opening, the candle showed a sharp impulse to move upward. Here I have absolutely the same logic, guys, for entering a trade as in the last one. So I don't even think I'll explain anything. Same thing. I also here have a global minimum formed. So let's just look at the result of this trade. We have 26 seconds. So let's just wait. Unfortunately, guys, I closed position in the red at the beginning of the opening. Of course, everything was fine. You saw that the dynamics of the movement rushed upward, and I thought the deal was easily closed. But damn, unfortunately, the candle showed a sharp downward impulse, and the formation of a Dodge candle occurred. There's also a small percentage here for now. I'll wait for more characteristic movement dynamics to open position here, but in general it's alright. Now I'll put the maximum of my balance in order to enter a position that suits me better for better profit, and I'll try to analyze in more detail. So let's continue. Let's open short position here. I reopen a trade against the direction of the trend and the pullback dynamics. Basically the strategy is based on this. Here earlier I touched the upper Bollinger Band and a new local maximum formed. The dynamics of the movement went down a little. Of course, here I have a slightly unpleasant picture of the movement, but there is a potential for further downward movement, guys, since my moving line is in the overbought areas. So let's look at the result of these transactions. And the movement for today is not quite the same, not so dynamic. So all transactions are very close to the opening level, so it's then necessary to select transactions in more detail. And yep, without any problems, our next position closed with a profit. That's good. And no problem with that. You see, the strategy works. So let's update the balance and continue. Here, long position, guys. Why? I'll tell you why. An excellent entry point, by the way, for the appearance of green candle. We highlight the workspace, so it's clear to the naked eye, guys, that the trend has changed after the update of the global minimum. And here, everything is very simple. Rollback of the dynamics followed, touching the lower Bollinger Band. I think that the further dynamics of the movement should go up. Right. The moving lines of the oscillators are in oversold areas, so I think there should be an exit. So let's look at the result. Alright, position is on profits so easily. It was quite tense, at the last moment. I mean, since I had the previous candle showed a slight downward impulse and the opening level was not so pleasant with it. But in general, the entry logic was absolutely correct. There's an exit from oversold areas right now. The dynamics are now at least the measure of when this candle rushes upward. In general, I did everything correctly. Alright, let's probably put $200. No, let's put probably even 363 and let's continue. Well, here immediately open short position in the direction of the actual dynamics of the trend, guys. Here is possible. Of course, I was in a hurry. Of course, I don't like to open trades this way, but maybe I'll hurry up a little. This impulse to move upward forced me. The upper Bollinger Band is also touching. I think two fractals should form and the movement should go again in the direction of the downward trend. Good downward dynamics here on this currency pair. Also, one of the oscillators touched the overbought area. So let's see, guys. We probably had to wait a little bit, but still, yeah, I had to wait a little and open a deal. I was in a bit of a hurry. I had to wait until the second. My oscillator with the front of 10 will touch the overbought area and only then open position. Yeah, a little hasty. And now I will have to put all the balance again to reach more suitable profit for today. Let's open long here. In general, it's a good entry point. What do you think? I'll explain to you now one fact. Good price rollback occurred only when my movement touched the upper Bollinger Band. But here this touch did not happen. Right here, you see? But the local maximum was updated. After the update, a small price rollback was required. I think that this rollback will be enough. I saw the appearance of a new candle and opened the trade to increase for long. Let's watch till the end. and the position is in profits. Nice, guys. At the end of the closing, of course, there was again a very tense moment due to the fact that the previous candle it showed a sharp downward impulse before closing. Yeah, but here the dynamics of the movement are quite controversial, quite incomprehensible, something like that, difficult. And overall, perhaps, yeah, since this maximum was not updated when touching the upper band, because as you can see before, the overall movement was more or less clear. But here, in my opinion, it's a little more complicated. But the entry logic was still absolutely correct. I opened again the trade and the appearance of a green candle. If the candle had shown a downward impulse, I would not have opened the trade here. In general, this is the kind of the trading today, guys. I will be absolutely satisfied with the results of this trade. So let's fix the profit and move on to conclusion. Alright, continue button, operation successfully done, guys. So this is the strategy for today. Don't forget about likes, comments, subscriptions, of course, to my YouTube and Telegram channel. Share this video with your friends. Try it on. Have a good market, guys. Have a good profit, traders. Bye bye.